Hello, friends, and welcome to the Garden Years, where it's never too late to bloom. Nobody told me that there would be gifts that came with aging. And one of the gifts that came with aging for me was peace. There's a peace that comes with aging. All right, when I was younger, it felt like peace was something I had to earn. I had to get it, all right? Something on the other side of something finished, and I felt peace. Or when the project was done, I felt peace. After the kids was raised, I would get some peace. After the promotion came, I would get some peace. Peace was always waiting somewhere ahead of me. But aging brought something I didn't expect. A peace that does not depend on everything being resolved. A peace that showed up without my permission. And honestly, without my effort too. So, ladies, I want to embrace 3 points about this peace that came with aging. The first one is the peace of release. Now, I don't know about you, but in the years that I was working, it felt like I was striving. I was always trying to prove something. I always had to produce something. And those kinds of things that were happening at that point in my life was something that was never something that was restful for me. But ladies, those days are gone. No more striving. No more proving. No more producing. My value is not tied to my output. And you know what? It never was. But somehow or another, I felt like it was in those days and times, but it was never ever tied to my output. And I hope you're feeling that as well. Now, the weight of that is gone. And gardeners, I really want you to sit with that. That the absence of that striving in itself is a form of peace. You don't have to earn your place anywhere anymore. You've already done that. The second thing is hard for me to explain, all right? But it's the peace of knowing. The peace of knowing. And what I mean by that is this peace came with aging as well. And what it says to me, and I hope what it says to you is no matter what happens, everything's going to be okay. No matter what happens, everything is going to be all right. That may be a song with that title. If not, somebody send me the song. But everything is going to be all right. That's a knowing, ladies. That's a knowing that came with my aging. Is that I've had enough experience in life. I've had enough experience in knowing that whatever the outcome is going to be, I know it's going to be all right. And some of that, or maybe all of it, is rooted in my faith and is rooted in my experience of life. So the things I've been to, I'm still here. The hard things that are going to come, I'm going to still be here. And it's going to all be all right. And see, this kind of peace doesn't come from our circumstances. It's come from having lived long enough to see you survived and sometimes even flourish in spite of everything. I hope you feel what I'm saying. All right. The last thing I want to raise in this peace that came with aging, it is the peace of just simple being. I took some classes in chaplaincy years ago, and one of the things that we discussed was understanding what it means to just be. And I can't put that in words. Um, I wish I could, but it's a peace that's beyond what I can explain. And the Bible says it's a peace that's beyond understanding in Philippians 4:7. And this peace comes from simply being rather than constantly doing. I see people and see women even in their garden years, even in their garden years, still constantly doing. You see, our value, I told you last time, was not tied up in our output. And sometimes we're taking our value and tying it to our output. And I want to clarify because someone might hear that and think I'm talking about slowing down and stopping. I'm not. I'm still busy. My life is full. But here is the difference that aging brought to me. I am busy with what I choose, not what is required of me. That's a clear distinction there. When you're doing what you want to do rather than doing what you're obligated to do, even if the schedule is full, is something inside of that that gives me some rest. See, I'm present in my own life in a way that I couldn't be before. That's the peace I'm talking about. I could not have described that in my younger self. You have to live your way into it. And so I hope I have explained that to you, that it's tied to you being the person that you are, and it's not tied to what you're doing. Ladies, I would love for you to join me in this conversation and share with me the kind of peace that you have experienced and surprisingly that came with your aging. Nobody put peace on the list, all right? That this was the thing that would come with aging. We heard about the aches and the pains and the changes and the loss, and those things are real. But so is this, a quiet, deep, almost inexplicable peace that settles into your bones when you've lived long enough to stop fighting everything and just be. If you haven't felt it yet, it's coming. And if you have, take a moment and just appreciate it. You've earned the right to be at peace. Ladies, if you would just join me in this conversation and share with others in our community, I would love to hear from you. And I want to offer a loving kindness moment in closing. And it's simple, but maybe a little difficult, but it's simple. May you experience the peace that surpasses understanding. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to hearing from you. And if this is content that's helpful for you, please share it with other ladies, other women. Take care. Bye.